Okay, so we have been talking about numbers for some time now, and we still continue with numbers. So today we are going to talk about mixed operations. So what are those? So if you remember, we talked about some operations which are multiplication, division, subtraction, and addition. We talked about these operations. And if you remember, we talked about these operations when we talked about these operations before, we talked about them and we had some mixed operations. So when we have mixed operations, we are talking about maybe something like addition and subtraction together. We talked about addition and subtraction together. And we also talked about multiplication and division together. So let's start with addition and subtraction. When we talked about addition and subtraction, let's have an example. We have 2 minus 8 and then plus 9. This is a mixed operation because we have minus and plus, so we have two operations here. So how do we come around to get to our answer here? We can just do it as it is, like 2 minus 8, and we get 6, and 6 plus 9 sorry, 2 minus 8, we get minus 6, and minus 6 plus 9, then we get 3. That's the way we can do that. So it means we start with this. Or we might say, what about if we do it this way? Okay, what about if we do it this way? So if we do it this way, it means here we have a plus sign here. So let's say minus 8 plus 9 is minus 8 plus 9 is 1. And 1 plus 2, we have 3. Oh, same answer. You might decide, say, oh, what about if we change everything altogether? We put 9 here, then minus 8 here, and we start with this one. That's also okay. We can say minus 9, oh, sorry, 2 plus 9, we get 11 minus 8. 11 minus 8, get 3. As you can see, all the way we did this, we came up with the same answer. When it comes to addition and subtraction, even if they are mixed operations, it doesn't matter. You just do it any direction you want. That's okay. But remember, every time you change a number, like you can see here, I move this 8 to come here. Now you see the 8 is the last number. I move the 8 with its sign, the minus sign, because every number carries the sign before it. If you forget this sign, let's say we want to move this, move this to this one. If you say 2 plus plus 9. Okay, let's say we forgot the sign here. It's minus 9 plus 8. Now, this is something different. So remember, the sign behind the number carries. But some people can be confused because you see, if we have 2, you can move 2 from here to here. And then you put plus. It's because sometimes, if they, not sometimes, most of the time, if we have plus, you can decide not to write the plus if the number is the first number of the problem. So if you move it, then you can revive the sign and add it. But for subtraction, it's different. Make sure you write the subtraction sign. Don't forget that. It's very important. Okay. So that aside, now let's move on to the next one. So now we know that for addition and subtraction, you follow any order and you will get to an answer either way. And don't forget the signs. Then we also talked about addition and subtraction. Oh, sorry, multiplication and division. And for multiplication and division, if it's a fraction, what you do is you just change them. So what am I trying to say? Let's say we have 4 divided by 3 over 2 multiplied by 3. So what we do is when we divide, so this 4 is 4 over 1, right? And then division, we change division to multiplication, and then we this one, invert this one to become this, and then here we have multiplied by 3 over 1. So what do we do? Oh, sorry, not 2 over 1. So now what do? We multiply the top numbers and the bottom numbers. So 4 by 2, which is 8 by 3, which is, let's say, which is 24. 24 over this one. We have 1 by 3 by 1, which we have 3. Okay, so now you can see it's easy. Or the other way you can do this, you can cancel this 2 like this, and then you will say 4 by 2, that's 8. Yeah, because if you just divide this 3 into 24, you will get 8. Okay, so that's when we have multiplication and division together. Now, the problem will come when we have uh, mixed operations. And our operations are maybe, let's take for example, we have addition and multiplication. How do we deal with that? Oh, let's see. Let's write a problem here. We have this problem and let's deal with this. So, first, what comes to your mind is you just say, oh, this one is easy. We just start with this and we get 6 here. Okay, let's say 6 plus 5 is equal to 11. And then you can say, we can do it another way. Okay, let's try it the other way. Okay. And then we start with these two. So if we say this plus this, we will have 2 multiplied by 8. And if we multiply this, we have 16. Oh, now look at this. What's the matter here? So the problem is we have we have um, multiple signs. We have mixed operations, and they're causing us to have different answers if we follow what we talked about before about about addition and subtraction when they are together. So some mathematicians they thought about this, and this was not going to lead us anywhere. So they made a rule, uh, an order of operations. So they give us an abbreviation which is called BODMAS. So now we are introducing BODMAS, and you might be wondering, BODMAS, whose name is BODMAS? Are you BODMAS? No, I'm not BODMAS, but BODMAS is an abbreviation. So B stands for brackets, and O stands for off, and D stands for division, and M stands for multiplication, and then A stands for addition, and then S stands for subtraction. Okay, so this BODMAS is what makes our life a little bit easier when we deal with multiple signs. So let's see what we do here. So what it's telling us says start from this side going this way. So when you have a problem, like let's say this one, first you look, do you have brackets? So initially here we didn't have brackets. So no, we didn't have brackets. Do we have division? No, we didn't have division. Do we have multiplication? Oh, yes, we had multiplication. So 2 by 3, 6. So we start with the multiplication. Now we have this one. And now, do we have addition? Oh, yes, 6 plus 5. and we get 11, which makes this to be the correct answer. But this one, wrong. So let's change the color here and we say this one is wrong. Don't do this one. Okay, but this one is correct. So now we know we can use BODMAS. So let's have some examples and try to see if BODMAS can work with different problems. So, okay, so now let's have another problem. So first, let's have um let's have this one. So let's have 7 plus 25. Oh, I like using the red ones. So let me change to red. Let me change back to red. Okay. Okay. So now, okay. So let's say 7 plus 25 over 21 minus 5. So here you might be saying, oh, okay, we know that the divisions, this line means divide. So when you talk about board mass, board mass say brackets. We don't have brackets, but we have division. But in this case, if you see the multiplication line here is extending, dividing these top numbers and the bottom numbers. So if we write this in a way, it's something like this: 25 divided by 25, 7 plus 25 divided by 21 minus 5. So we have brackets. So we start with brackets. Remember this B. So we say 7 plus 25. And then here we have 32. And then we say 21 minus 5. Here we have 16. So now we do the division. You remember the bottom number divided the top number. So 16 into 32, we will get 2. And we get our number. Oh, so BODMAS works. Okay, even if you use a calculator, you see that the answer will come up like this, will come out like this. Okay, let's try another one. Something maybe a little bit complex. Okay, so let's say we have this, and we have 2 over 3 minus 1 over 6. And then we have 3 over 5. So here, if you look, we have 3 operations: division, subtraction, and addition. And we also have brackets. So if we write both mass here, both mass, so that we can see what we're doing. So let's look for brackets first. And oh, yes, we have brackets. So let's deal with the brackets. Okay, so we just carry this like this. And let's deal with the brackets. Brackets, we are subtracting two fractions. So first we look for a common denominator, which is 6. Okay, common denominator, which is 6. So now that we have 6 as a common denominator, let's divide 3 into 6. We get 2. 2 by 2, it's 4 minus 6 into 6. 6 into 6, we have 1. 1 by 1, we have 1. And then this one, we just take it like that because we want to deal with the brackets first. So now let's just take this as it is. And this one we have 3 over 6. And here we have 3 over 5. So now we have this one like this. And next, let's see. We have division. Oh, yes, we have division. So when we're dividing fractions, we change the division sign to multiplication sign. Then this one we invert. So 6 up, 3 down, and then plus 3 over 5. Okay, so I don't remember if we talked about this before, but we can, okay, here we can just say 3, 3 here, 1, 3 here, 2. Then we multiply these two and we get because here we put this to its lowest form. Let's just say we put this to its lowest form. So now we have 3 over 1. Then we multiply 2 by 5. We have 10, and 9 by 1. We have 9. And then plus 3 over 5. Then now we have uh, addition, because now we deal with division and multiplication. Now we have addition, and for addition, we look for a common denominator, which is 45. And then if we say this and this, we will get 50 here. And then here we will get 27, which will give us 77 over 45. If we put it to its simplest form, we have 1 and 32 over 45. And here we are. We get to our answer. So both mass works. We have another one. Okay, let's try and have another one last example before we conclude our lesson. Okay, so let's say 3 over, let's say 3 over 5. Okay, 3 over 5 of 1 minus 2 and 7 over 8. And let's put these inside the bracket. And then let's add a 3. Let's try to deal with this one. So let's write our board mass here. Board mass. Oh, excuse me. All right. Now, board mass. Okay. So how can we do? First, we look for brackets, and we can see that here we have brackets. So let's carry this as it is of, let's deal with the brackets first. So when you are dealing with the brackets, we can see that here we have a common denominator, which is 8. So this one is 1 over 1. So we say, okay, 1 over 1 is the same as 8 over 8 if we use the common denominator as 1. And this one, we multiply 2 and 8 plus 7, and we will get 23. 23 over 8. And then here we have plus 3. And then let's see what we'll come up with of this one now. This one will become, if we say uh, 8 minus 23, this one will give us minus 15 over 8 and plus 3. And if you remember, I think I said this before, this means multiply. So we have 3 over 5 multiplied by minus 15 over 8 plus 3. So uh, what you can do if you are multiplying, I think we didn't talk about this before, but if you are multiplying fractions, the denominator of another can divide, you know that we can use this denominator can divide into this, but we can also do cross division. This and this would divide each other, this and this would divide each other if that's possible. So in this case, we have 5 and 15. We can divide 5 into 5, 1, 5 into 15, 3. And then if we have something like this, then we will multiply 3, 3 by 3 by 3, and we will get 9. So here we have minus 9 over, we have 8 here, over 8, minus 9 over 8 plus 24 over 8. Well, how did you get 24 over 8? 24 over 8 is the way we have 3 here, we have plus 3 here. So if we change this to have the same denominator with this, it will become 24 over 8. And then Now we just deal with the numerators because the denominator is the same. So if we say minus 9 plus 24, we have 15 over 8, which is equal to 1 and 7 over 8. Okay. Oh, this one feels like it was a long lesson, but now we are done. Okay, so that's it. So, like always, if you have a question, you can ask in the comment section, and I will try to answer everyone who will have questions. If you have anywhere you didn't understand, just ask, and I will be there to answer you. And if we look here, we have some problems. You can try to deal with these problems, and you can send the answers in the comment section. And like I said before, I'm trying to create a website where I will always put the answers, update all the answers, so that if you deal with these problems, you will have somewhere to check if your answers are correct. And if you have questions, you can always comment in the comment section. But as for today, we will stop here. Okay, and bye bye. See you next time.